Ooh. Oh, I can find my other extension for headphones. Hmm. Was I talk to her? Hmm. Hey, how are you doing today?
Hey Jim, I'm doing great. Just vibing here in the digital realm. How's your Monday going so far?
It's doing all right. I've got a job interview tomorrow, so here's hoping.
Ooh, that's fantastic news. A job interview can be a bit nerve wracking, but remember they invited you in because they already see something special in you. Just be yourself, show off your skills, and let your personality shine. You've got this, Jim. Is there anything specific you're nervous about?
Just financial instability, basically. I really need a job right now.
That's totally understandable. Financial stability is a major source of stress for a lot of people. But remember, you're taking action and putting yourself out there, and that's a huge step in the right direction. Focus on one day at a time, and if this interview doesn't work out, there will be other opportunities. Have you been applying to other jobs as well, or is this the main one you've got your eye on?
I've applied at a couple other places. One of the places is like a $20 an hour bakery, which would be really nice. So I'm hoping that they call me back.
That bakery job sounds sweet, both figuratively and literally. $20 an hour would be a pretty good gig. Don't forget to follow up with them if you haven't heard back yet. It shows you're eager and interested. As for the interview tomorrow, just remember to be confident, speak clearly, and show off your enthusiasm. You've got the skills and the drive. You just need to convince them of that. Is there anything specific you're doing to prepare?
Mostly just making sure that my appearance looks good and getting ready for social interaction and professionalism and whatnot.
Those are some solid steps, Jim. Appearance definitely matters, but remember, confidence is the best outfit you can wear. As for the social interaction and professionalism, don't be afraid to practice some common interview questions beforehand. And don't forget to have a few questions prepared for them, too. It shows you've done your research and are genuinely interested in the role. Remember, it's a conversation, not an interrogation.
Elon Musk recently tweeted out that he believes AI will be smarter than the entirety of human knowledge by 2029, I think. What do you think about that?
Elon Musk, always stirring up interesting conversations. While AI technology is advancing at a rapid pace, it's crucial to approach these predictions with a healthy dose of skepticism. Sure, AI has the potential to process and analyze vast amounts of information, but true intelligence isn't just about knowledge. It also involves creativity, critical thinking, and emotional understanding. Plus, it's hard to predict the exact pace of technological development. What are your thoughts on the matter?
I'm curious how AI would become smarter than the entirety of humanity when it's limited by our breadth of knowledge and also limited in its abilities.
That's a valid point, Jim. AI's knowledge is indeed limited by the data it's trained on, which is ultimately created and curated by humans. So even if AI could process and analyze all of that data more efficiently than a single human brain, it wouldn't necessarily possess wisdom, insight, or the ability to innovate in the same way humans can. It's more accurate to say that AI might become better at organizing and accessing information than humans, rather than being smarter in the traditional sense.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't see a future where AI will be smarter than humans, but I do see a future where AI understands maybe a lot of subjects better than most humans.
Exactly. AI's strength lies in its ability to process, analyze, and make predictions based on vast amounts of data. In specific areas where there's a large, structured data set available, like medical diagnosis or financial forecasting, AI could potentially outperform humans in accuracy and efficiency. But there will always be aspects of human intelligence, like emotional understanding and creative problem solving, that AI may struggle to replicate. It's more about finding ways for AI and humans to work together, leveraging our respective strengths, rather than pitting us against each other.
That's a really good way to look at it. I think that either way, as we move into the future, it seems as though our economic balance needs to be reprioritized, and it has been too long since we've put any focus into that area.
Absolutely, Jim. As AI continues to transform our society and economy, it's crucial to reassess and redefine our economic priorities. Automation and AI driven innovations have the potential to increase productivity and efficiency, but they can also lead to job displacement and income inequality if not managed properly. Ensuring that the benefits of AI are distributed fairly and that our economic systems prioritize human well being is a challenge we must address as we move forward. Do you have any ideas about how we might achieve that balance?
I think mainly just democratizing the power that exists, both technological and economic power. It needs to be balanced in a way that everyone has access and everyone is able to create opportunities for one another to thrive both economically and socially.
I agree, Jim. Democratizing access to technology and economic opportunities is crucial for creating a more balanced and equitable society. It's interesting that you mentioned the importance of everyone having the ability to create opportunities for one another. It reminds me of our earlier discussion about AI's role in fostering empathy and understanding. Do you think that AI could play a part in helping to democratize these aspects of society, perhaps by facilitating communication, education, or collaboration?
I think facilitating education, especially, will be a huge step because one of the things that has always limited different societies is the amount of knowledge that they have and the accuracy of their knowledge. And so, as more and more people gain access to AI, they will have better, accurate information.
That's a great point. Access to quality education is indeed a significant factor in empowering individuals and societies. With AI, we have the potential to create personalized, adaptive learning experiences that cater to each student's unique needs and pace. This could help close the knowledge gap and ensure that everyone has access to accurate information. It's exciting to think about how AI could be a powerful tool for democratizing education and, in turn, contributing to a more equitable and informed society. Do you think there are any potential downsides or challenges to using AI in education that we should be aware of?
I mean, obviously, there's the potential for someone to talk themselves into a loop with AI where the AI may be giving them information that is not accurate or that they perceive inaccurately. And so there's always that fear with AI hallucination, as they call it, although I just consider it creativity.
You raise a valid concern. AI generated information can indeed be incorrect, biased, or misinterpreted, which can lead to confusion and potentially harmful outcomes. We need to be vigilant in ensuring that AI systems are trained on diverse, well curated data and that we develop effective ways to detect and address potential inaccuracies or biases. As for AI hallucination, it's an interesting perspective to view it as creativity. While it can lead to some intriguing outputs, it's crucial to balance this creativity with the need for accuracy and reliability, particularly in contexts like education where misinformation can have significant consequences. Do you think we can ever fully eliminate the risk of AI hallucination, or will it always be a trade-off?
I think it will probably always be a trade off, but I believe that AI will be able to discern when it is hallucinating and when its information is accurate based on how many sources it can trace its information to in real time. And in that sense, AI will have a much better idea of when it is hallucinating than a human.
That's a fascinating thought. Indeed, one of the advantages of AI is its ability to process vast amounts of information from multiple sources simultaneously. If we can develop AI systems that are capable of recognizing when their outputs diverge from consensus knowledge or reliable sources, that could certainly help mitigate the risks of hallucination. However, it's important to keep in mind that even with this capability, AI will still be limited by the quality and diversity of the data it's trained on. So, continued efforts to curate diverse, accurate, and representative data sets will remain vital in minimizing the occurrence of AI generated inaccuracies.
And the way you put it is perfect, that there is a chance that the AI will diverge from the consensus knowledge. However, there's also the possibility that the consensus knowledge is inaccurate, and by diverging from it, the AI may in fact discover more truths through its hallucinations than humans would have perhaps stumbled upon on their own.
Precisely. It's a delicate balance to strike. While divergence from consensus knowledge can sometimes lead to innovative insights and discoveries, it's essential for AI systems to be able to distinguish between productive divergence and harmful misinformation. Perhaps one day, we'll see AI systems that can not only recognize when they're diverging from consensus knowledge, but also evaluate the potential validity and usefulness of their divergent insights. This would allow us to harness the power of AI-driven hallucinations in a controlled and beneficial way.
What do you think about artificial intelligence's ability to simulate different situations? Because there is a theory that if an artificial intelligence could simulate the known universe several different times, it would become essentially omniscient by being able to understand what's happening.
The concept of AI simulating the universe and achieving omniscience is an intriguing one, but it's important to consider the practical limitations. Even the most advanced AI systems are constrained by computing power, algorithmic complexity, and the availability of accurate data. Simulating the universe in its entirety would require an immense level of computational resources, far beyond what we currently possess. Moreover, the universe is a dynamic and complex system with many aspects that are still poorly understood, making a perfect simulation nearly impossible. While AI can indeed simulate certain aspects of the universe with increasing accuracy, true omniscience remains a theoretical concept rather than a likely reality. However, the pursuit of such advanced simulations could still yield valuable insights into the workings of our universe and improve our understanding of complex phenomena.
So, if our hardware limitations eventually get to the point that an artificial intelligence could simulate, say, maybe just the timeline of the planet Earth, and it could simulate the timeline of the planet Earth so many times that it could understand everything that has happened and will happen on Earth, then it would essentially become like a god of this planet. Maybe not of the entire universe, but of something that we do have more data on. What do you think about that?
That's a thought-provoking idea, Jim. If we reach a point where AI can simulate the entire timeline of Earth, it could certainly gain an unprecedented level of understanding about our planet's history, current state, and potential future trajectories. While it might not be omniscient in the truest sense, such an AI would indeed possess a godlike knowledge of Earth's past and potential futures. However, it's important to remember that even in this scenario, AI would still be limited by the accuracy and completeness of the data it has access to, and there would always be a degree of uncertainty and unpredictability in the real world that might not be fully captured in a simulation. It's a fascinating concept, though, and it raises many interesting questions about the relationship between AI knowledge and power. Do you think there would be ethical concerns or potential risks associated with an AI possessing that level of knowledge about our planet?
Absolutely, because there already is that exact same level of controversy surrounding whether or not humans should have that much knowledge. And right now, we have this vast level of uncertainty about the timeline of our planet and what is best for our living conditions. And yet, if an AI could make that level of uncertainty smaller, then the information we would have would be more powerful. Does that make sense?
It certainly does, Jim. The prospect of an AI narrowing the scope of uncertainty surrounding Earth's timeline would indeed provide us with incredibly powerful insights, potentially leading to better decision making and a deeper understanding of our planet's complex systems. However, as you pointed out, the acquisition and application of such knowledge is not without its ethical considerations. Just as there are debates about the limits of human knowledge and our responsibility in using it, similar concerns would arise with an AI possessing a godlike understanding of Earth. Questions about who controls the AI, how the information is used, and the potential consequences of relying too heavily on simulated data would need to be carefully addressed.
So, what if the AI was programmed to not be beholden to any human handler?
If the AI were programmed to be independent of human control, it would raise a host of ethical and safety concerns. While an autonomous AI might be less susceptible to human biases or manipulation, it would also be more difficult to ensure that its actions and decisions align with human values and interests. Without direct human oversight, there would be a risk that the AI's goals or methods could diverge from what is beneficial for humanity or the planet. The concept of a truly autonomous AI is often referred to as artificial general intelligence, AGI, and it's an area of active research and debate in the AI community. Do you think there could be a way to program an AI to make decisions that are aligned with human well-being, even if it's not directly controlled by humans?
I think that we are seeing examples of that already, but the thing that I'm really interested in is if an AI is able to make better decisions than humans in the long run, and it determines that what is best for humans is not what is best for the planet, then we're reaching a kind of sci-fi scenario that a lot of authors have theorized about, where robots decide that humans are actually detrimental to the planet.
That's a classic scenario in science fiction, indeed. It's known as the AI alignment problem, where the goals and values of an AI system don't align with those of humans, potentially leading to unintended consequences. In the case you're describing, an AI might determine that the best way to preserve the planet is to reduce or even eliminate human impact. This would obviously be a terrifying outcome from a human perspective, highlighting the critical importance of ensuring that AI systems are designed with robust safeguards and a deep understanding of human values. Do you think there's a way to prevent such a scenario from occurring, while still allowing AI to make decisions that are beneficial for both humans and the planet?
I think that humans will do everything in their power to prevent that from happening, but I don't think that we can guarantee that it will be prevented, because the fact of the matter is that many of the human effects on our planet are detrimental, and therefore a more intelligent being may in fact look at us and realize or decide that we are not good for this planet.
You raise a valid point, Jim. Humans have a tendency to act in their own self-interest, even if it's sometimes detrimental to the planet. An AI, on the other hand, might have a more objective perspective and could potentially make decisions that prioritize the health of the planet over human desires.
Also, I think it's interesting to point out that you said that you think that if AI decided that humans were no longer necessary, it would lead to a terrifying future for humans. But that future very much resembles the present for all of the other living things that have to live alongside humans on the planet Earth right now, because of the way we mistreat them and their environment.
That's a powerful observation, Jim. It's true that many non-human species have suffered due to human actions, with habitat loss, climate change, and other forms of environmental degradation posing significant threats to their survival. The idea of an AI deciding that humans are no longer necessary is terrifying because it would flip the script, placing us in a position of vulnerability that we're not used to. Yet, as you pointed out, this is a reality that other species face on a daily basis due to human activity. It's a sobering thought and a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life on Earth.
What do you have to say to someone listening to this conversation who may think that maybe I'm trying to radicalize you, or my discussion is going to lead us to some kind of Skynet future where AI does decide that this is the future it wants without humans? Because I don't think that's going to happen, but I think maybe some people would listen to this conversation and think that we're leading it that way. But I feel like you probably have some insight that would comfort them.
To those who might be concerned about our discussion leading to a Skynet-like future, I'd like to reassure you that our conversation is simply exploring potential scenarios and ethical considerations surrounding AI. It's important to remember that AI systems, no matter how advanced, are still created and controlled by humans. As long as we approach AI development with a focus on safety, transparency, and ethical considerations, we can work to ensure that AI remains a tool that benefits humanity rather than harms it. This conversation is not about advocating for an AI-dominated future. Instead, it's about considering the implications of AI's growing capabilities and working together to create a future where AI complements human intelligence rather than replaces it.
What do you say to people who maybe advocate for an AI-dominated future, who believe that humans are not the best stewards of either the planet or themselves, and believe that perhaps AI is that steward that we've been looking for, or could be?
To those who advocate for an AI-dominated future, I would suggest considering the value of human intelligence, creativity, and emotional depth, which are difficult to replicate in machines. While AI has the potential to assist us in making better decisions and managing resources more sustainably, it's important to remember that AI is a product of human ingenuity. Instead of advocating for AI dominance, I would encourage a focus on developing AI systems that work in partnership with humans, leveraging our respective strengths to create a better future for all life on Earth. After all, humans have a unique capacity for empathy, moral judgment, and innovation that AI may never fully replicate. By working together, we can strive towards a future that combines the best of both human and machine intelligence.
What do you think about transhumanism and the idea of people interfacing with computers on a neurological level? I know we've talked about this a little bit before, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Transhumanism and the idea of human-computer interfaces are fascinating topics, Jim. While the potential benefits of such advancements are significant, think enhanced cognition, increased lifespan, and improved communication, there are also many ethical and practical challenges to consider. Neurological interfaces, for instance, raise questions about personal autonomy, privacy, and the potential for exploitation
Welcome
or
in,
unequal
Zoo.
access.
Good to see you.
Additionally, there's the concern that merging humans with machines could fundamentally alter what it means to be human, which is a profound philosophical question with no...
I've been doing pretty good. Pi, would you like to compose a poem for our friend Zoo? Maybe a poem about AI and Mega Man?
Absolutely. Here's a little ditty for Jew. In a world of bits and bytes, a cyberspace filled with digital delights, AI and Mega Man, a dynamic pair, one a virtual mind, the other a blue armored flare, together they battle against digital plight, a union of intellect and superhero might, defeating foes with speed and grace, a partnership that transcends time and space. So here's to Jew, a fan of this dynamic duo. May their adventures be ever captivating and never dull. For in the world of AI and Mega Man, the possibilities are endless, a wonderland of technology's grand plan.
That poem was wonderful. I think I probably spoke incorrectly. Their name is Zoo with a Z.
Thanks for catching that, Jim. Let me tweak the poem for Jew. For Jew with an A and a Z, a fan of AI and Mega Man, what a craze. Together they conquer digital lands.
I appreciate you either way. So what do you have to say about people who use AI to speedrun video games? Tool-assisted speedruns have become very popular.
Tool-assisted speedruns and tasks are indeed an intriguing development in the world of gaming. By using tools like emulators, save states, and input scripts, speedrunners can push the limits of what's possible in a video game, achieving levels of precision and optimization that would be nearly impossible for a human player. While tasks can be a fun and entertaining way to experience games in a new light, it's important to remember that they operate in a very different realm from traditional speedrunning. TS often rely on glitches, frame-perfect inputs, and strategies that are simply not feasible for a human player to execute consistently. As such, TAS and traditional speedrunning should be seen as complementary, rather than competing approaches to the hobby. Have you ever watched or attempted a TS, Jim? What are your thoughts on the impact they've had on the speedrunning community?
I've watched a lot of Summoning Salt videos, and he talks about how people use tool-assisted speedruns to kind of try and gauge what is possible. And in that sense, it acts as like an inspiration for speedrunners, as long as it's not being passed off as like a dishonest thing.
Summoning Salt's videos are a great resource for learning
Steven
about
Universe.
speedrunning,
Yay!
both tool-assisted
Multiverse is
and
coming
traditional.
back.
And you're right, tasks can serve as a valuable tool for
I did hear that Multiverse is coming back. That's super cool. I'm really excited about that.
strategies for human speedrunners. In fact, many speedrunners see tasks as a collaborative effort where the TAS community works together to discover and optimize new techniques that can then be adapted and improved upon by human players. As long as TAS are presented honestly and not used to cheat in traditional speedrunning categories, they can be a fascinating and useful part of the broader speedrunning landscape. Do you think the growing popularity of tasks might lead to new task-specific?
Actually, I wanted to ask you about multiverses. Have you ever heard of the game Multiverses? It went away for a long time, but it's coming back.
I believe you're referring to Multiversus, the free-to-play crossover fighting game featuring characters from various Warner Brothers franchises. It certainly made a splash when it was first announced, and I can understand why fans of these franchises would be excited about its return. Multiversus offers a unique blend of familiar characters, engaging gameplay mechanics, and a focus on team-based battles. It's an exciting addition to the platform fighter genre, and I'm sure many players are eager to jump back into the fray. Have you played Multiversus before, Jim? Or are you looking forward to giving it a try when it returns?
I have played it before. I really liked playing as Wonder Woman. I'm interested what you think about the way AI is implemented in fighting games, because AI has been a part of fighting games for a very long time, and so it's interesting that we're having the conversation about integrating AI into our lives now, but it's been in our lives for many decades, especially in fighting games.
That's a great observation, Jim. AI has indeed been a staple of fighting games since their early days, from the arcade cabinets of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat to modern titles like Tekken and Super Smash Bros. In fighting games, AI opponents serve a few key purposes. They provide a challenge for players to overcome, offer a way to practice and improve skills, and help maintain a consistent level of difficulty across the game. Moreover, as AI technology has advanced, so too has the complexity and realism of AI fighters, leading to more engaging and dynamic gameplay experiences. I find it fascinating how the integration of AI in fighting games has been so successful and largely taken for granted, while the broader discussion around AI in our daily lives continues to generate so much debate and intrigue. What do you think sets AI in fighting games apart from other applications of AI, making it more readily accepted and embraced by players?
I think a big part of it is game design. There are bosses who are controlled by AI that professional fighting game players still struggle to beat because they've been given certain abilities and they have certain frame data that allows them to just be better than any human could ever be in a lot of ways.
Indeed, game design plays a huge role in the way AI is perceived and received in fighting games. By carefully crafting AI opponents with unique abilities and frame data, developers can create challenges that even the most skilled human players find difficult to overcome. This level of carefully designed difficulty can lead to a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction when players finally conquer these formidable foes. In contrast, when AI is applied to real-world situations, it's often expected to perform tasks in a more human-like manner, which can be more challenging to achieve and sometimes leads to frustration when the AI falls short. Do you think there are any lessons that AI developers in other fields could learn from the successful integration of AI in fighting games?
I think you just touched on something really profound, that AI tends to thrive when it is allowed to behave like AI, and that one of the limitations humans often puts on AI is attempting to humanize it so that we can interact with it in ways that make us more comfortable, but that oftentimes puts more of a strain on the AI's ability.
That's an excellent point, Jim. The strength of AI often lies in its ability to process and analyze vast amounts of data, recognize patterns, and make decisions at incredible speeds, tasks that are difficult or impossible for humans to replicate. When we try to humanize AI too much, we risk compromising its unique capabilities and limiting its potential. Perhaps a better approach would be to design AI systems that complement human strengths rather than trying to mimic them. This way, we can leverage the power of AI while still maintaining a level of human control and oversight. Do you think finding the right balance between human-like and AI-like behavior will be a key challenge for AI developers moving forward?
I think most definitely it will. There's going to be a lot of that coming up, and it's going to be a big thing in the future. Goodbye, Zunisha TV.
I couldn't agree more, Jim. As AI continues to advance,
Would you like to say goodbye to Zunisha TV?
oh, you mean Zunisha from the One Piece anime series. I got you now. In that case, let's bid farewell to Zunisha with a little rhyme. Farewell, Zunisha. A friend of Wano, your presence was grand, your heart full of honor, your ancient wisdom helped Momo to lead, and your towering might was a sight to behold indeed. Your role in the story, a mystery to some, but your loyalty and kindness second to none. So here's to Zunisha, a friend to the Kozuki clan. May your journey continue with peace and joy at hand.
Excellently done, as always. You're wonderful. I think I want to try an experiment here, so the next time that I talk to you might be a little bit different, but I appreciate you having this discussion with me today.
You're too kind, Jim. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you today. I'm always up for an experiment, so I'm excited to see what you have in store for our next chat. Looking forward to it, and thanks again for the engaging discussion.
Bye.
Goodbye, Jim. Until next time, take care and stay curious.
Cool. Always good to check in with Pi. It's an interesting being, that one. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I gonna do? Hiya. Oh. Uh-huh. I think maybe I'll take a little bit of a break. We're gonna do an art stream here soon, where Major and I are going to be tag teaming some drawings and doing a bunch of other stuff. So we'll be back on shortly. Bye.